Welcome back, my dear students, to my channel Civil Knowledge. So we will continue our syllabus. So in the last class, we have seen our problems on the variance theorem. So here in this session, we will learn some more problems, that is problems on coplanar non-concurrent force system. Okay. See the question. Four forces are simultaneously acting of magnitude 10 Newton, 20, 30 and 40 Newton along the four sides of a square of size 2 meter into 2 meter as shown in figure. Determine the resultant magnitude, direction and its distance from A. So forces is like this. So they are coplanar but non-concurrent because they are not starting from each point. Okay. So these are non-concurrent force system. We have to determine the resultant of this force system. See how we can determine. Same. The procedure is same. That is sigma V we have to calculate. Sigma H we have to calculate. Then resultant is equal to what? Sigma H square plus sigma V square. Okay, then we will get the resultant value, and again we have to consider a resultant value depending upon what? The sign convection, that is it is positive or negative. So sigma H is we will take as x-axis, sigma V we will take as y-axis. Okay, so if it is positive and if it is negative, it is confirm that it is in the second quadrant. So we have to draw the resultant here in like this in the second quadrant. For example, I am saying if both are positive means it will be in first quadrant. We have to draw the resultant like this. Okay, and this resultant we will take at a distance of x. Okay, determine the resultant, we have to distance from A, right? So at a distance of x from A, and same by applying what? Variance principle. Rx is equal to like that, r into x, the moment about moment due to the resultant r about A is equal to what? The 40 Newton about A, 10 Newton about A, 20 Newton about A. We have to calculate and we will find the value of x distance per meter. Okay, so I told you as draft we will solve now one by one. So this is the question. So we will solve the question now. Resolving force horizontally. First we will resolve the horizontal force. Sigma H is equal to. So here one thing we should be happy that here no inclined forces are there. If inclined forces are there, then we have to resolve them horizontally and vertically. Here pure vertical is there or pure horizontal is there. So what are the horizontal forces? 10 Newton is horizontal, 30 Newton is also horizontal. We will consider left to right, that is left to right as positive. Okay, this is our standards. If it is like this, we will take it as, if it is like this, we will take it as what? Negative. Okay. So sorry. See, resolving forces horizontally, that is sigma H is equal to, so 10 Newton, 10 is positive, minus 30. So 10 is like this, 30 is like this. So 10 minus 30 is minus 20 Newton. So sigma H is what? Minus 20 Newton. So minus 20, how it is? It is negative. Okay, sigma H is negative means x-axis is negative. We have to calculate that x is negative like that. Okay, now resolving force vertically. So what are the vertical force? 40 Newton, yes, and 20 Newton. So 40 minus 20 is the vertical forces. That is sigma V is equal to what? 40 minus 20. That is sigma V is 20 Newton. So sigma V is what? Positive. Okay. Here negative sign is very important when we consider non-concurrent force system. Okay. So 20 is vertical, that is y. Y term is what? Positive. X term is negative. So here we get positive, positive. Here negative and positive. This is x, this is y, this is x, this is y. Here both are negative. Here positive, negative. I already explained this in the last classes. So what is the scenario here? That is negative plus positive, so it is in the second quadrant. What the resultant is in the second quadrant. So now we have to find the resultant, that is, let R be the resultant force. What is the formula for R? R is equal to square root of sigma h square plus sigma v square. Substitute sigma minus 20 whole square plus 20 square. It is 28.28 Newton. So after simplification, R value is 28.28 Newton. So we have found the magnitude of the resultant R. Now we will find the theta value. Okay, let theta be the angle made by the resultant. See here, so R is 28.28. Okay, so theta is the angle made by the resultant with the horizontal. See here, with the horizontal. So tan theta is equal to sigma v by sigma h, 20 by 20. Sigma v is 20, sigma h is minus 20. So theta is equal to minus 1. So theta is equal to tan inverse of minus 1 is minus 45 degree. So theta is also minus 45 degree. So it is what? So you can see it is minus means clockwise. Okay. So clockwise is our assumption. So clockwise means we will take as 45 degree. If it is anti-clockwise, we will take as 45 degree. If it is positive, we will take as a, if it is anti-clockwise, we will take positive. Then we have to come like this. Okay. So for the time being, what do you think? Tan theta is equal to minus 1. Theta is equal to minus 45 degree. Okay. So theta is in which quadrant? It will be in the second quadrant only. How? This I already told you. So negative sign indicates clockwise angle. So sigma h is negative, sigma v is positive. So the resultant lies in where? In the second quadrant. I already explained to you. So line of action. So now we have to find the distance from R, right? We have to find where the R actually exists from the point A. So for that, the moment concept we need, right? Summation of moment we need. But here see, the line of action of minus 40 Newton and 30 Newton passes through A. So whatever the forces which passes through A, that will not create movement because the distance is 0. Hence no movements due to them, that is 40 Newton and 30 Newton. I'll show you. See, this 30 Newton and this 40 Newton are at a point A. They are starting from this point A. So that's why we can't take moment from the 30 Newton and 40 Newton. That's why there will be no moment from this 30 Newton and 40 Newton about A, because in the question they have asked us to find about A only. I'll show you. See, we have to find the resultant distance from A only, from here only. Okay, that's why we have to calculate the distance of resultant from A. In that, the moment due to 30 Newton and 40 Newton will not be there. Okay, to find the resultant from A, let the resultant be. So this resultant B, so this is the resultant at 45 degree, B at a distance of x. That is how perpendicular distance of x from A. So taking moment of forces about A. So this is A point, taking moment of forces about A and apply variance theorem. So A right, so R is right. So what happens? 28, R is what? 28.28 into x. So it is making what? About A it is making clockwise. So it is positive. 28.28 into x is equal to, will come here. So 10 Newton. Now what is it making? It will make about A clockwise. So positive. So 10 into the distance is what? 2 meter. So 10 into 2 meter plus 20 into, this is also making what? Clockwise moment. So 20 into 2 meter. So 20 into 2 meter. Okay. So 20 into 2 plus 10 into 2. So when we simplify, so 28.28 x is equal to 60. So x is equal to 2.12 meter from A. So this is, we have found the distance of x from A of the resultant 28.28. Okay, this is the procedure to solve any problem. Okay, first we have to take sigma v, sigma h, then R value, R is equal to the formula, then theta sigma V by sigma H. And also we have to note that we have to take into consideration the sign convections. Okay, if it is positive or it is negative, if positive means which quadrant, if negative means which quadrant, it will make a difference. So we have to practice more number of problems so that you are perfect in that. Unknowingly you should take, whenever positive and negative comes, you unknowingly you should go to the second quadrant only. When both the negative comes, you have to unknowingly you should go to the fourth quadrant only. Like this, like that, you should practice so that it should be fixed in your mind. So we'll take next problem. So find the moment of force P about A and B as shown in figure. See, this is the figure. This is the point A. This is the point B. This is the P. Okay. This is once it was asked in your VTU. So P force, A is the force, B is the force, and C is the force. Take AB is 1.5 meter. So okay. BC is 1 meter and theta is 60 degree. This theta angle they have given, and P is at 90 degree to BC. So see here what I have told you. So P is what? Inclined, that is 90 degree. So what we have to do? We have to resolve the forces, that is P, that is, see here, P is like this, right? So it will become what? P, one horizontal, one vertical. So it will become this angle P cos angle theta. This will become P sin theta. So whenever we do the procedure, that is sigma V, sigma H, we should take this value, sigma H value this, sigma V value this. We are not taking this P value. Okay, so we will understand further. So take AB is equal to 1.5 meter, BC is equal to 1 meter, and theta is equal to 60 degree. Okay, if this is theta, see, if this is theta, this is also theta. Why? Whenever like this is there, okay, so if this is theta, this is also theta. Why? This is the property, that is alternate angles. So by the same property, here you can see, so theta is this theta. Okay, okay, now this is P sin theta degree. Okay, this is P cos theta, angle is here. Okay, now we can ask why it is taken like this. Okay, see here, see this figure. Wait, I'll show you. That is all. Yeah, see, so they have considered P at here only. So this is the force P. Okay, they consider an axis here. So this is B. They consider the platform here. Okay, so we don't know the angle now. So this is theta degree. This is theta. Okay, but this P we can resolve into one horizontal and one vertical. So what I do, I'll take this one horizontal, one vertical. Now this angle theta we know. So by the property of geometry, this is also theta. Okay, this is also theta, and this angle we don't know. This angle we don't know, but by the property of the geometry, that is, see here, this is P. This is the scenario here. Okay, we know the value. So this only they have taken as example. So here, so we know the value of theta, this one, because of the alternate property. If this is theta, so this is also theta by the geometry property of the geometry. Okay, you already studied in your PUC level this, how this property and all. I will not explain now here. Okay, if this is theta, this is also theta. Now we know the angle here, so the angle adjacent to that we will take it as cos term, P cos theta, and without the angle term we will take as P sin theta. Okay, wherever you come across the angle, okay, it is P cos theta and it is P sin theta. Okay, if it is tilted means like this. Okay, If it is tilted means what we, if this is theta, we know what we are taking this. This is just P cos theta. This is P sin theta. Just it is what? It is just tilted. Okay. It is just tilted like this. So you can, don't get confused. If you know the angle here, if suppose you know the angle here, you can directly take this as P cos theta and this as P sin theta. But here we don't know the angle. Okay. So we know the angle theta. So this is theta, this is theta. So what this P is again resolved into P sin theta, and here again P cos theta. So they have resolved in the line of action only. Okay, no problem. So now see here. So the resolved components are as shown in figure. So taking moment about A. Okay, the AB is what? 1.5 meter. So this is BC sin theta. How? See, if I take a triangle here, see this is triangle forms. Okay, so BC, I know the value of BC is 1.5, 1 meter. Okay, BC is 1 meter, AB is 1.5 meter. So this triangle I'll enlarge here. See, wait. Okay, I'll erase this. See here. See, the question is like this. So this triangle which I marked here, I am taking like this triangle. Okay, if you not understood, see here. Okay, see AB, the line AB. So this is the point. Okay, they have directly given the inclined distance, that is this is B and this is C. So this is B and this is C. Okay, we don't know the value of this, and also this we know the value of this. This is what? 1 meter, and we know the angle here theta. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll take sin theta. Sin theta is equal to what? Opposite. What is this opposite? This one. So I'll take this as some another value, that is D. Okay, so this is D. Now sin theta is equal to what? CD divided by hypotenuse, that is CB. Okay, similarly cos theta is equal to what? Adjacent, that is BD, B into D divided by, this is hypotenuse, that is BC or CB. Now what I want this distance. Okay, so what is this distance? What this is CD. So CD is equal to what? CB or BC. I'll just multiply here, that is BC sin theta. So this one. So I want the distance here. This distance I want. Okay. What is this? BD, right? So BD is equal to what? BC cos theta. BC cos theta. Okay. This is BC cos theta and this is BC sin theta. Okay. So here what BC is given, no, this is inclined one. Okay. So I taken here. So I want this distance. Why I want this distance? Because I need to take moment about A. So whenever I take moment about A, I need the distance between, that is perpendicular distance between this force P and A. Okay, and I also need this distance, that is B. Okay, now okay, let it be. If you get confused means, so this is what? BC cos theta. Now what I'll do, I'll take moment about A. So what is the force? P sin theta and P cos theta. See, sigma moment about A is equal to, what are the forces? Only one force we have, that is P force, that is P sin theta. So this P sin theta about A, what it is making? It is making clockwise movement. So what is the distance here? I want the perpendicular distance from this point to A point. The distance, it is AB plus BC sin theta. So P sin theta into distance AB plus BC sin theta. Okay. Next we have P cos theta. Okay. P cos theta. Yes, already it is there. Okay. P cos theta. So P cos theta, okay, but it is not in line with AB. We have some horizontal distance, that is what? BD, that is BC cos theta. So P cos theta into BC cos theta. So that's why this is the purpose why I need the distance between the points, because it is asked about A. So once I got this, simplify. So P into AB sin theta plus P into BC sin square theta plus P into BC cos square theta. So upon simplification, what will happen? P into AB sin theta plus P into BC sin square theta plus cos square theta. So what is this sin square theta plus cos square theta? It is 1 by the property of trigonometry. Then P into AB sin theta plus P into BC into 1. So that will sigma moment about A. So I hope you understood like till the here. That is sigma moment about A is equal to P into AB sin theta plus P into BC. Now what we will do, see here, same figure. See, we will substitute the values of AB, that is 1.5 meter, BC is equal to 1 meter and theta is equal to 60 degree in the equation. That is moment about A is equal to P into 1.5 sin 60 plus P into 1. So it is 2.299 P Newton meter. So the unit of moment is Newton meter, 2.299 P Newton meter. So now taking moment about B. So we have to take the moment B. So B is this point. Taking moment about B, we will get the value, that is sigma moment about B is equal to this P into BC. So P, this force P into BC. So we will have direct values here because it is at exact 90 degree to the point B. Okay. So P into BC is what? Directly P, I will take in P. BC is what? 1 meter. And sigma moment about B is 1 meter. That is P Newton meter. Moment about A is what? 2.29 P Newton meter. Okay. So this is how we solve the problem for this type of problems. So what is the question? I'll show you again. So where it gone? Sorry. See. Find the moment of P about A and B. So we have seen the moment about A, that is moment about A is 2.29 P Newton meter, and taking moment about B is P into 1, that is moment about B is P Newton per meter. So they have asked to find moment about A, moment about B, we found it. So this is how we solve the problem. Okay, so practice is very important. You practice, you see more number of problems. So concept is important. All the concepts are same. Just we need to apply where and how. So this technique will come by practicing only. Okay. So this is how we solve the problem of non-concurrent coplanar system. So I hope you understood this. So here I conclude this topic and this unit.